football action first, and two teams who will have to put in a spurt soon if they're to challenge for the Championship. West Ham United and Sheffield Wednesday. Different styles, of course, but one objective. Your commentator, John Motson.
Dave Swindlehurst starts a senior match for West Ham for the first time since August, when he broke down at Liverpool with a knee injury. And his return means the Hammers field 3 strikers in an attempt to rectify a spell of only 4 goals in 8 games. John Lyall's plan is to play Paul Goddard just behind Swindlehurst and Tony Cottee. He's had to move Paul Allen from midfield to right back in place of Ray Stewart, whose knee strain means he misses his first match for nearly 2 years. Well, Sheffield Wednesday's right-back Mel Sterland is almost ready to return, but he's the substitute today in an unchanged side. They haven't met West Ham in a First Division match since January 1970. And on that occasion, Peter Eustace, who's now the Wednesday coach, played for West Ham against Wednesday, the club he just left. I'm not sure if it's an omen, but West Ham won 3-2. Referee this afternoon is Mike James from Horsham in Sussex. We had a brief snowstorm before the kick-off, but the sun's shining now. Sheffield Wednesday are in all yellow, and Mike Lyons with the first clearance straight to Steve Whitten, and a drive deflected. And the goalkeeper, Hodge, went through a rigorous workout on the pitch at about 20 minutes to 3 and got himself absolutely filthy, and his concentration was okay there. This is Gary Shelton, and they'll try and use Varadi's pace in positions like this. Marwood's in the centre, and McAllister had to get down to make the save from Imre Varadi, who broke away in typical fashion. It was a very good jump to Mark Smith's header, but off the line. And the return cross looking for Chapman. And little Paul Goddard doing a thoroughly good defensive job there, because West Ham needed cover. Mark Smith got it well from the corner. It was a good header, goalkeeper beaten, and Goddard off the line. It was Lyons who misdirected the header. Swindlehurst. Shirtliff blocked it. And he's wanting help here. And Gale couldn't do much with that. This is Worthington. Again, Sheffield Wednesday have pushed 6 people very quickly into attack. One of them is Blair, number 8. And Shelton is backing up here. Oh, and McAllister gets his body in the way. Again, Andy Blair very fast in linking up with the front players. Gary Shelton had the shot after 15 minutes. Worthington pulled away for Marwood. There's danger here for Blair's in there, and well challenged by Jeff Pike. And Lyons this time can't flick the ball on from the near post. And here come West Ham with Paul Allen. Swindlehurst, Dickens. Cleared by Smith. Oh, it's offside now. This is Worthington, And Verratti here is in a good position, a very good position, and Oliver, well blocked by Tom McAllister. Oliver again blocked by Gale. And Tom McAllister has made 3 important saves already here for West Ham. Verratti was the player who threatened first there. Oliver who had the double shot. And he's stayed forward now for the corner. Nicely done by Cotty to Witten, but the ball forward doesn't help Dickens. Allen coping well there. Oliver. Throw in right in the corner there. Not the easiest place to clear your lines, Steve Walford is indicating. Back in by Worthington to Blair, and he was caught by Dickens. And 2 Sheffield Wednesday players injured there in quick succession. Gary Shelton went down, and so did Andy Blair. And that might cause some concern on the bench. Free kick to Sheffield Wednesday. And Oliver strikes that right into the wall. Here's Worthington, hits Witten. Good blocking by West Ham. Smith lets the ball run out. Marwood. That's a good cross. And McAllister had to fingertip it. Here's Verratti. And Shelton. Oh, a good piece of defending. Was it, or was it hands? No. They thought it was hands. Andy Blair's gone to the referee. Tom McAllister had a bit of difficulty with that looped cross. And when it was knocked back in, Shelton seemed odds-on to score with a header, but the defender blocked him well. Gary Shelton is carrying an injury. He took a knock earlier. It doesn't look to me to be very happy about it. Certainly hobbling. And that moment of concern for Peter Eustace comes after half an hour. Swindlehurst underneath this. Oh, was it a foul? And Goddard almost got to Dickens' cross, but earlier than that, Swindlehurst felt he was being climbed on in the penalty area, and there were cries for a penalty, which referee Mike James did not acknowledge. Well, the sheer power and persistence and passion which Sheffield Wednesday put into their football is making this a very difficult game for West Ham, whose scoring drought continues for the time being. Wednesday have had rather the better of things, but at half-time there's no score. Well, Sheffield Wednesday were 1 point ahead of West Ham in the First Division table at the start of play today. And there's nothing between the sides as far as goals go so far here. Header by Smith. And that was Blair. And now it's Chapman. Number 7, Marwood. That's a good turn by him, and a good cross too. And Allen had to force it away. Now Steve Whitten. Berardi. Good turn by Goddard. Oof, nearly ran for him off Dickens too. Gale. It's nicely done. Goddard. And so's that. Oh, little shove was it. Dickens appeared to be pushed by Worthington there. And West Ham a little unlucky to get no more than a goal kick to the opposition, because Dickens just seemed to be knocked out of his stride there by a nudge from Worthington on the end of what was a very promising move. Here's Allen. On Cottee. Dickens foiled by Smith, and here's Berardi. Worthington trying to find Marwood. This is Martin. Gale. Mistake by Allen. Berardi. Marwood. Worthington. Shelton to his left. Chapman's coming in from the far side now, but the flag was up, the ball was over the goal line. A cluster of players, 4 of them finished up on the floor. That's the kind of game it is. Goddard. Cottee. And now Pike. And turn back in for Pike on the return. That's more like the West Ham we've come to like and admire. Jeff Pike playing the 1-2 with Dave Swindlehurst, going for the return, and just knocked off balance perhaps as he had his shot. Sheffield throw. Marwood gets the touch. So does Oliver. That's Marwood again. Now Smith. Chapman. Walker with the header. And then Gale. Now Marwood. Dangerous this. And Shelton. And Marwood again. And driven right across the 6-yard box. Marwood explaining to Chapman that he perhaps was thinking more in terms of a shot than a cross. But the Sheffield Wednesday midfield player Gary Shelton has now been down 3 times. Mel Sterling getting ready for his return to first-team football, because a stretcher has had to be brought onto the pitch for the unlucky Gary Shelton. Mike Lyons, the captain, has discussed the change in formation that this might necessitate. And Mel Sterland, who broke a bone in his foot, is getting half the ovation from the Wednesday fans. The other half is for the unlucky player being carried off, Gary Shelton. And trouble here for Howard Wilkinson and Peter Eustace. Cottee, Pike, Goddard. That's a nicely threaded West Ham move, and it was Swindlehurst that swung it right. Can Allen catch it? Yes. Cottee's coming to the near post. Oh, and the goalkeeper has made a mistake, and over the bar by Swindlehurst, who could never have expected the chance to fall to him there. It came out of nothing. Paul Allen, an excellent cross, but Martin Hodge doesn't miss many like that. He fumbled it, and Swindlehurst, surprised, scooped it over. That came with a quarter of an hour to go. Chapman, handball was it? Yes, says the referee. Oh, it's blood and thunder stuff, all right. Defenders backpedaling again, but it was Cotty that came back to help. Gale. And Dickens. And Goddard. Now can they get Cotty away? And the goalkeeper thought about coming and retreated. Swindlehurst in the middle, so is Goddard now. And it's been checked, and Swindlehurst, no! How close can West Ham get? Another swift and incisive move, with Cotty the provider. Down the right, a teasing cross, but Dave Swindlehurst couldn't quite bundle the ball in at the far post. Well played by Dickens, but not then. Sterling. So Worthington with the throw for Wednesday. Chapman, Varadi's hovering there. Back again by Smith. Witten's made a strong run from midfield. It was played shorter than that, and Pike got it. Header by Gale to Allen. He wants to get on with it again. Dickens. And he's going for a return, is Dickens. Handball against Nigel Worthington. West Ham are looking here for a late winner. And they very nearly got it. Dickens, what a good header, and what a good tip over by Martin Hodge. Corner to West Ham, Dickens to take it. Swindlehurst is up, so is Witten. Oh, no, he's not. Well, the goalkeeper may have earned Sheffield Wednesday a point there and robbed West Ham of 2. The free kick taken shorter than normal. Dickens got the header, and Hodge was stretching and just tipped it over. I think they're settling for a point down there now. Sliced a bit, and collision right underneath the referee's nose there. Paul Goddard was brought crashing down by Mark Smith. And West Ham may have a last chance here to clinch the 2 extra points. Gale took it, Martin was there, and a chance there by Dickens. Oh, and away from Cotty, brilliantly by Hodge. Wednesday hanging on by their fingernails, or perhaps should I say Hodge's fingernails. Witten to Walford, it's not over yet. It's a decent cross. Dickens has missed it. Swindlehurst. Oh, the goalkeeper is absolutely outstanding. That's 3 in a row from him. Dickens holds his head, but Swindlehurst lined up the shot and struck it well enough. But Hodge is performing miracles deep into injury time. Cluster of players finish up on the floor. Cotty. It needs to be put back in from Walford. Flags up though for offside. And Sheffield Wednesday, who played so well in the first half, are finishing up hanging on. But they hang on for a point in a grueling which must have left the players gasping. It was exhausting stuff, exhilarating at times. Sheffield Wednesday's first half, in my view, but very much West Ham's second, and only Martin Hodge, who's having a fine season, deprived West Ham of the extra points with 3 saves in the last few minutes. Who says a 0-0 draw is boring? This one certainly wasn't.
True, John, true. It was one of the better 0-0 draws, and both teams certainly knew they'd been in a game. Shooting